What's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys, and it's game day. Stars and sits. So, guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. This is cutting edge content. Let me tell you why this is cutting edge content. I beat to my own drum. Now, other channels they are really good doing whatever their niche is, but my niche is I come out here and keep it real, and you're gonna get 100% me. It's cutting edge content. I'm not gonna go off of what everybody else is saying. I'm gonna beat to my own drum. I'm gonna go down with my own ship, and I'm gonna do my lives just kind of like like barbershop talk. So that's why I'm cutting edge content. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit rate is 70%. Okay. So guys, before we start, let's talk about the weather. You know how we do it here. We get into the weather. I see you. I see you, King of Nike. I see you, Conscious. I see you, Big Will. I see you, Martin Castillo. I see you, Eric. I see you, Bite Walker. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to. Okay, let's see. Okay, so looks like Christian Gonzalez. I think he had been going through some injuries throughout the week, but it looks like he's going to be active. The cornerback for the New England Patriots. Just want to say that because a lot of you that's important for Tyreek Hill. He's probably going to mirror Tyreek Hill. But I wouldn't worry. I would still start Tyreek Hill. I mean, he's not a shutdown corner quite like that. Uh, Brock Purdy is out. Brock Purdy is out. I'm downgrading all those wide receivers and tight ends except for CMC. CMC is still a top 5 potential guy. You start him, but I'm downgrading Jawan Jennings. I'm downgrading George Kittle. I'm downgrading all those guys. Not saying they ain't starts, but I'm downgrading them to another tier with Brock Purdy being out. Let's see here. Anybody else? Roquan Smith, the middle linebacker from the Baltimore Ravens, looks like he will be a game time decision. He didn't practice all week, so just be leery of that. Mike Evans is on track to play. I don't know if he's going to be on the snap count, but he's on track to play. So I would start him. Joey Bosa will start today against the Baltimore Ravens, the defensive end for the Chargers. Got a super chat in the building from Devo Marzell. He says, appreciate you, bro. Jaden Daniels or Geno Smith? I'm going with Jaden Daniels. Devo. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see here. Khalil Mack is questionable, and Bud Dupree is also iffy. So it looks like Bud Dupree could be out, but Khalil Mack has a chance to play for the Chargers. They need somebody to get to Lamar Jackson, put some pressure on him. Let's see anything. Kayvon Thibodeau returns from IR from the Giants. He's a pretty good pass rusher. They really good. This is the best pass rushing team in the NFL. They blitz a lot. So just being transparent. Let's see anybody else that's worth talking about. Guys, if anybody else is out there, you put it in the chat. Help us all. If you got any news, but Rashad Bateman looks like he's good to go. Lad McConkey is questionable for tomorrow. Um, let's see. Hayden Hurst will not suit up. That kind of don't really matter. TD, why'd you read that out? I think that's about it, guys. Let's get to the weather. Charlene, favorite part of the day, getting to the weather. Good morning, Stacy. I see you. I see you, RG. I see you, Robert Malley. I see you, Kales. Deal devoted in the house. What's going on, bruh? All right, guys. Nick Bosa ruled out. Nick Bosa is ruled out. So that to me, I like playing Jordan Love. He's not going to have Nick Bosa's their best pass rusher. All right, let's talk about some weather here. Let's go through these weather games. All right, we got the first game we're going to talk about is going to be the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears are at home. Now, listen, I've been telling you all year the weather on the East Coast, far as the up north states, it's been pretty warm. The weather's been pretty good, but not today. In Chicago, it's 46 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy. I'm still starting my studs. Minnesota is a dorm team, but they do play good outside because they have to play against Chicago every year. So they used to that. They are in a cold environment too, even though they got a dorm. So I'm starting my guys. I'm starting my guys. Start your guys. The weather is not going to be really a concern. Going to the next game is going to be inside of a dorm, so we're not going to sit here and waste time. But it's the Detroit Lions and Indianapolis Colts. The only thing I want to say about that, getting outside of the weather, is Indianapolis, don't sleep on them. I actually think they got a chance to win this game. When you have a guy, what I call a force multiplier, like Anthony Richardson, there's no game script to stop that. That's why everybody is drafting mobile quarterbacks. Now, the guys that can throw from the pocket is still welcome in the NFL. But when you have a guy like Anthony Richardson, he's a racer. So you blitz him, you miss, he taking off for 60. He taking off for 20. If you don't cover right, you think he's going to run the ball, he'll throw the ball over top of your head. He can been missed a bunch of third downs and don't take but one play, boom. So Detroit is a good team, but their secondary can be had. They are good against the run, but Anthony Richardson is a running quarterback. He's not a running back. So the quarterback running is different. You have a hat on the hat. So I just wanted to tell y'all that I like Indianapolis today as an upset pick. Not saying it's going to happen, but just I'm playing my studs from this team. Let's move on. But this is a dorm game, so you play your guys. Let's move to the New England Patriots in Miami. New England is going to Miami, so it's going to be hot. It's 75 degrees this time of year. Start everybody in the game. That's Ramondre, Tyreek Hill, Tua. Start all your guys. Start all you guys. Let's move on to the Tampa Bay New York Giants game. This game is going to be a little iffy. This is 15 miles per hour wind. It's going to be in New York. 52 degrees is pretty good weather for football, but that wind, so I don't know if I want to play any kickers in this game. I think the wide receivers are going to be okay, especially the Giants wide receivers. They do a lot of short routes. Malik Neighbors, he looks like he's going to be active today. So I'm still starting my guys. But the kickers, I don't know. Let's go on to the Dallas Cowboys and Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders are at home. Pretty good weather. We're not worried about anything. You start in your studs. 56 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy. 9 miles per hour wind. Start your studs. Start your studs. Um, let's see. Kansas City Chiefs and the Carolina Panthers is going to be in Carolina. That's my hometown. Start your eyes, 62 degrees. That's great weather in North Carolina for this time of the year. We get ready to go for Thanksgiving. It's usually like 50, but it's 62 degrees on this Sunday morning. Sun is out, 6 miles per hour wind. Start your guys. Start your studs. This could be a trap game for Kansas City. They got to be ready to play. We got the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans are at home, so that is a dorm game. So we're not worried about it. So start your studs. Not a lot of guys on Tennessee you want to start, but Houston quite a few. Going on to the Denver and Las Vegas Raiders game. This is going to be in Las Vegas. Actually kind of a little chilly, but we don't care. It's a dorm. It's 62 degrees in Las Vegas. Wow. That's I guess this is a good time to be in Las Vegas. It's not hot. But yeah, start your studs in this game. Not a lot of guys on Las Vegas outside of Brock Bowers. But Denver, you got Bo Nix and you got those guess who gonna hit this week wide receivers. That's what I'm gonna call the Denver Broncos wide receivers. I'm gonna call that whole offense. I'm gonna call Bo Nix Tim Tebow. He's running it and throwing it. That's the only guy that I feel good on the offensive side of the ball. But he's playing like that. Got a super chat for the one and only Dirt Boy. Been following me for a while. Appreciate you, bro. He said showing some support. Addison or Watson standard. I'm going with Addison. But If you want to go with Watson, I think he got more upside than Addison. So I got to tell you, Addison. I'll probably would play Addison, especially I'm trying to make it to the playoffs. But say I'm 10-1, 10-2, I might get a little cute, little freaky pause and play Watson just for the upside. But if I got to win, I play Addison. That's the obvious start. He's a good wide receiver too. Everybody's doubling teaming Justin Jefferson. But I like Watson today. I just can't start him over Addison. But if you wanted to do it, I don't think I can chastise you for it. I think Watson and upside um, is tremendous this week. I think going forward, they need to get Watson the ball. According to PFF, he's running better routes than he did the last 2 years of his career. So I like Watson. Just can't put him in over Addison. Appreciate the super chat, bruh. Yes, sir. All right, and let's go. See, we got the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers game. Guys, it is a slight chance of rain. 8 miles per hour wind, and it's in Green Bay. It's 42 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be at 4:30. It's the 4:30 game. So be wary. I'm still starting. If I like Christian Watson, I'm okay starting him. Jordan Love, I'm okay starting him. They used to playing in the cold weather. This is Green Bay. San Francisco, I downgraded all those guys because Brock Purdy is going to be out. So Christian McCaffrey is the only guy that I feel comfortable playing for the San Francisco 49ers. 8 miles per hour wind. Slight chance of rain. All right, let's go on to the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks are at home. So we got 6 miles per hour wind, and we got a slight chance of rain. You know how it is in Seattle; it's always can rain, but it's 46 degrees. That's chilly. But I'm still starting my studs. I'm still starting MHJ. I'm still starting James Conner. I'm still starting Kyler. Seattle, I'm still starting those wide receivers, but JSN is a must start this week. JSN is a must start this week. Got to get him in them lineups. All right, and going to the 8:20 game for tonight, it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles and Los Angeles Rams. This game could go under. These defenses are really sneaky. I'm still starting my wide receivers. I'm still starting Matthew Stafford. We got 6 teams on the bye, so you have to start guys like Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Puka Nacua. Philly, you starting AJ Brown. Devontae Smith is out, so that helps with Dallas Goedert, and Saquon can catch a few more passes. Jalen Hurts, all those guys will start. It's inside of a dorm in Los Angeles, so you still start all your guys. And going to tomorrow, Monday's night game is going to be the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. Um, Start everybody. It's going to be in Los Angeles. They in a dorm, so start everybody. Lamar, King Henry, the rest of the guys are kind of volatile. I am starting Zay. Los Angeles Chargers got a great matchup. Justin Herbert's been pushing the ball downfield. Baltimore is giving it up. They are the weakest pass defense in the league. So start all you Chargers. Will Disley is a great streaming tight end for this week. Okay, what's up, Sports Dog? I see you be growing. I see you, Dixon. All right, let's get to these questions now. The favorite part of the live. Let's get to the questions. All right. So Big Will says, "Good morning, sir." Conscious says, "I'm holding on to the 5th seed, and boy, do I need to break this 3-game skid. Let's go, yes, sir." Conscious says, "Watson or Otten is my only decision to make. All these buys, and I am full strength. If I lose this week, I don't deserve a championship, but I see a 200-point coming. I'm due." Uh, let's see. Martin Castillo says, "Good morning, TD. Start Gino or AR? I'm starting AR over Gino. I'm starting AR over Gino. Gino is the safest, but I'm going with AR, man. He's a special type player. Not saying he's like a Hall of Famer, but the way he plays the game, it's hard to stop that. So I like AR over Gino. Also start Disley or Porter. I would probably go with Disley over Porter at this point in time. Morton says, "Click the like button, yes sir." King of Nike says, "What's up, bruh?" Sports Dog says TD 118 standard 6 point. I have Justin Herbert. I have Lamar Jackson. I also have Quentin Johnson. So I have a stack with Herbert. Who is my quarterback for Week 12? Thanks. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. Let's see. King of Nike says, TD, who would you start at RB2, Ramondre or Bucky? I'm gonna go with Bucky slightly over Ramondre. I do like Ramondre, his matchup. Miami's been known to give up some runs, but they've been better the last 2 weeks. So I'm gonna go with Bucky in this situation, but I like Ramondre too. So you could go with either one, but I'm gonna choose Bucky. Bucky's been balling. He catching passes, and he probably looks the best out of Rashad White. Like right, far as his more explosive, but Rashad White is a great pass catching running back. But Bucky can do both. I won't be surprised if Bucky get more of a role, especially as he outplays Rashad White. Eric says in a deep league, is Roshan worth an ad? Yes. You see a world he takes over that backfield. Now, I don't see where he takes over the backfield as long as DeAndre Swift is healthy, but I can see a 60-40 split, and I can see him getting more goal line touches. But I don't see him taking over the backfield. Bike Walker says, "What's up? What's up? Need two for my flex. Ramondre Stevenson, Hubbard, Irvin, JMO, or Myers." I'm going to go with Bucky, Irvin. I'm going to go with Bucky, Urban, and Chuba Hubbard. Now listen, let me tell you some alternates. You can go with Ramondre Stevenson and replace him with any one of those guys. Also JMO. But JMO is the boom. He has the biggest boom. So if you want to get boom in your lineup, you got to put him in. So all those four guys between Stevenson, Hubbard, and Irvin and JMO are all good. But it depends on what you need. If you need boom, JMO needs to be in your lineup. If you need safe and with 20 touches, I think Hubbard and Bucky or Ramondre is going to give you that. But I don't think they have the ceiling that JMO has. So usually you have to go with the running backs, man. The running backs get goal line touches, they get the honey touches. So I'm going to say Bucky and Hubbard. Robert says, "Good morning, Titty. What's going on with you, Robert?" Kale says, "Quentin Johnson or Rome Medunze in the flex." I'm going with Quentin Johnson over Rome Medunze. Did we ever think we would get to QJ over Rome? We didn't ever think we was gonna get there, did we? But we there. QJ is a better play this week than Rome. Rome is gonna be fine. He's I would say what, top 50 wide receiver and 3 wide receiver starting leagues. I don't think he's top 36 yet. King of Nike says, TD, I'm starting AJ Brown and Tyreek wide receivers 1 and 2. Who would you flex? Zay Flowers, Josh Downs, or JSN? Bro, I'm gonna go with JSN, man. I'm going with JSN. I believe in him today. I'm going down with the ship today. So I'm JSN over Zay Flowers and Josh Downs. Another super chat from Hustle Kings. Appreciate it, bro. He says play Zay or Quentin Johnson, and also Disley or Kittle. I would play Disley over Kittle because of Brock Purdy being out, and I would play QJ over Zay. I think Zay is a start, but QJ has a better chance to score. It's not that many guys that's gonna get targets. Lad, QJ, and Disley. When you come talk about the Baltimore Ravens, they got like 6 guys. I like Zay, but they don't always need Zay to win the game. They need QJ to have a touchdown or to have a big play to beat the Baltimore Ravens. So that's why I'm going with QJ, even though I love Zay. Zay is one of my favorite players in fantasy football, also in real life. But I'm going to go with QJ and I'm going to go with Disley. Now, you can play Kittle. I still think Kittle is going to probably be the safest play outside of CMC for the 49ers because a tight end is a quarterback's best friend, especially when you are a backup. So I think Kittle is going to get probably more targets than anybody else on this team outside of CMC. But Disley has a better matchup where Baltimore is giving it up. I think Justin Herbert throws for 300 yards. But Baltimore is sneaky defense too, and I don't want to be fruit salad in this. I'm just giving y'all a perspective. Like Baltimore is just because they're giving up a lot of passing yards, they got some good players out there. They just need coach to be coached up and in their techniques. So, but yeah, I will go with QJ and Disley. QJ and Disley. All right, let's see here. Appreciate that hustle, King. Let's see. Next one. KL says Tracy Jr., Quentin Johnson, J-Mo in the flex. I'm going with Tracy Jr. over QJ and J-Mo. Now J-Mo got the biggest upside. Remember the video that I did yesterday? J-Mo is the guy where you have to make room for in your lineup. He's not a better play than Tracy, but he has more upside than Tracy. So you have to do with that as you please. Do you go and say, well, you know what? I ain't gonna play Tracy. I'm just gonna put J-Mo in. That's okay. But Tracy is the running back who's probably gonna get 15 to 20 touches. You got to play him. As far as like getting them on the field. But if you already got two good running backs on your team, and Tracy is just an extra piece, I don't see nothing wrong with playing J-Mo. I like J-Mo Boom this week. He has a nice little niche on his team. Robert says Hawkinson or Laporta. I'm going to Josh Oliver's out, so I'm gonna go with Hawkinson over Laporta. One for flex, Dobbs, Ramondre Stevenson, Hunt. Let's go with Hunt over Stevenson and Dobbs. Let's go with Hunt since Pacheco's out. Kale says golf or Anthony Richardson in Superflex. Bro, I think we got to go with golf. I think we got to go with golf. Superflex. So he's your second quarterback. I thank you for letting me know that. He's the second quarterback. Golf is safe. AR has the upside. You can play AR. Golf is safe. Golf has a good matchup against the Colts. He could go for 2 touchdowns, about 250 yards. That's a top 12 week. But Anthony Richardson has more upside. Um, so I would say A Rich for the upside. Golf is safe. Either one, man. Just you got to know what you're going for. I see it that way. I s- I don't really see a bad start in a lot of time in a lot of situations that y'all asking me. It's just what are you looking for? Like to me, I play guys like Christian Watson over guys that's in his tier. So if it's between Christian Watson and let's say Ricky Pearsall, something like that, I'm going with Christian Watson because of the upside. But if I need to be safe, I will go with the guy who's getting the targets underneath, like a Ronda or Robinson or something like that, right? So it's all in what you need. If you need upside play to beat your opponent, Kales, go with A Rich. If you already got a better team and you just need to be safe and win, go with golf. Sometimes you got to know your strategy of how you're trying to conquer this week. RG says Collar or Herbert and Collar or golf. I would go with Collar and Herbert. Collar and Herbert. Um, J1. J1 says rolling with Fadunze over Jennings today. That's not. I don't think that's a bad situation. I don't think that's a bad start. Guys, if y'all have intuition to make a play, go with it. I'm not gonna talk you off when it's close. Now, if it was obvious crazy, I'll be like, no, don't do that. But when it's close, I'm not gonna sit here and talk you off that ledge. Not because I'm not even being funny. that makes sense what you're saying. Adunze looks like the guy that I think Caleb Williams wants to hyper target. But DJ Moore is a number one wide receiver who's making a lot of money. So he's going to get targets too. Stacy, what's going on, girl? Good morning. Deal said, what's up, TD? Pat Mahomes at AR5. Let's go with Pat Mahomes against the Carolina Panthers. Let's go with Pat Mahomes against the Carolina Panthers. That matchup is too good. There's no way I can tell you to play AR5 over Pat Mahomes, bro. Will I be surprised if AR5 outscore him? No. But remember, I'm making content. So I have to be, I guess, safe to a certain extent. Even though I'm cutting edge content here, I'm gonna break it down for you. But Pat Mahomes, with playing against Carolina Panthers, you kind of have to play him if you're choosing between him and AR5. If he can't score against the Carolina Panthers, man, we can't really. When can we ever start Pat Mahomes? Oh, hello there. Hello. What's going on, bro? He says, bro, I got the last pick in my fantasy draft, and I got some running back. He got .5 points once. Uh, let me see. Let me get this out of here. All right. Charlene, what's up, Charlene? Yes, I'm just now seeing you in the chat. I know you was here. That's why when I did the weather, I gave you a shout out. D Lion said, "What's popping, TD? What's up, bro? Kale said, "Will Disley of Otten." I'm going with Otten over Will Disley. Robert says, "Green Bay or Miami defense." I like Miami defense. I like Miami defense over Green Bay. My Packers defense, man. I'm gonna stick with Miami. But both of them are good streaming defense, especially with Purdy being out. D Lion says Mike Evans over under yards is 55. Take the over, right? The alternate spread to 60 plus that a plus 106 value. Yeah, you got to take, especially with him trying to get his 1,000 yards. I agree with that. You got to take that bet. MVM with the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. He says, good morning, TD. Please sit one. Nico, Evans, A-Chain, Williams, Tracy, JSN. I heard it's raining in Seattle. Right. But I don't think it's enough to sit your guys. Um, I would sit Evans. I would sit Evans out of all those guys. I know that's tough, but I'm not going to get off my JSN take, and I'm not coming off of Tyrone Tracy. That's the and Kyron Williams and A-Chain. So I'm gonna say Mike Evans. Robert says Down should do good in the slot. I agree. Thank you, Elisa. Thank you. Tell me why my computer is froze up. All right. Let's see here. She got 43 likes, guys. Good job. Good job. I don't know. Sports card says Panthers will beat the Chiefs, bro. That ain't no. That's not crazy. The Chiefs better be ready to play today. The Chiefs better be ready to play today. Kale says Dobbs, Trey Benson, Ricky Pearsall in the flex. I would say if it's full PPR, go with Dobbs. If it's half point PPR or standard, I would go with Trey Benson. Moody or Myers. I probably would go with Myers over Mooney, knowing that Brock Purdy is not playing. I don't think they score enough. I don't know if they get to a chance to kick enough field goals. Excuse me. Got another super chat in the building from Father of Three. He says, "Good morning, TD. Pick two: J-Mo, Waddle, D Hop, Tank Dale, full PPR. I'm gonna go with J-Mo and Waddle. I'm going with J-Mo and Waddle. And let me tell y'all why I'm picking J-Mo in this instance. Even though D Hop got a great matchup, Tank Dale is going to get some targets. He's going to be okay. I I have room to breathe. I don't have a superstar that I have to sit to get J-Mo in. I'm not going to sit a superstar player to put J-Mo in, even though I love J-Mo this week. So with him, D Hop to me, it's not quite good enough for me to sit J-Mo. You could replace D Hop with Waddle, and it'd be a good move. I want to get Waddle in because I think this is a Joe Boo game for Waddle. They gotta get Waddle the ball, and I don't know if D Hop is enough for me to take Waddle out. But if you wanted to, I would not say anything. I think JMO and D Hop are good. I think JMO has to be in there. But it's up to you to do what you want to do with D Hop. You have to pick a guy that you want to sit to put D Hop in there between JMO and Waddle. I'm not Tank Dale. I'm not gonna consider him out of those three guys in this situation. Hopefully y'all understand that guys, the stars and sits is going to be different. If you sit in JMO, I might tell you to sit JMO, but the next person I might tell them to start. Why are you asking me to sit Tyreek Hill for JMO? And I'm not going to do that. But when you tell D Hop, I sit D Hop for JMO. That's the context. I know a lot of you like, well, he told him to sit JMO, but he told me to start him. That's the reason. That's why I told you, got to let your team breathe. You can't if you too front loaded. I won't be able to get to the cutting edge guys to play because your team's too front loaded. Um, Sports Dog says, TD, when you were telling us about your early youth, I realized we know why we have the same values. My street was a gravel road till I turned 7. And my dad was a lot like yours. I must be old school, right? Yep. Yep. My dad, man, was 40 some years old when I was born. So I didn't never toys. I didn't get toys. I got remote control cars was big when I was coming up. So I got to get some remote control cars, but I didn't get outside of that. I didn't get no damn toys. I got clothes. My dad kept me with some clothes now. I was fresh in school. Um and yeah, my dad and he was also he my dad had a looker house. He was a bootlegger. So all the ladies after like on Sunday, all the ladies and everybody that drank and want to have a good time and listen to music, they would come up to my daddy house, and I was like a little kid. I'd be running around. They had to make sure they guarded the cups because I would pick up the cups and try to. I think I'm drinking soda. They actually had liquor and soda mix, and I remember me turning it up a couple times. Everybody, stop, 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 and I just freeze up and start crying. So, and also I used to dance with all the ladies that be drinking. They be like, I want to dance. He's so cute. Let me dance with him. So yeah, that's back in the day, man. That's how I came up, man, in the country. B growing says Jordan Love or golf. I'm going with Jordan Love. I think he has more upside than golf. I think he has more upside than golf. RG says start Marv or McLaurin. I'm going with I think I'm going with Marvin Harrison Jr., but let me make sure that weather is right. Yeah, the weather could be a little bit different because I like Terry McLaurin. McLaurin is a good wide receiver, and he's going to get some targets today. But that is a division game. Let's go with Marv. I'm going with Marv over McLaurin. But if you went with McLaurin, it wouldn't be wrong, RJ. He's not a bad move. But I like Marv, man. I'm on Marv this week. I think it's time to get him going. It's time for the third, fourth quarter to break out for the rookie wide receivers. It's Marv time. That's why I didn't draft him in the first, second round in the beginning of the year in the startup drafts. But now I'm ready to trade for him, and I actually traded for him in a couple of leagues, and I think it's his breakout time. It's time to get him involved in order for this team to take its next step and try to go on a playoff run. Dixon says Pollard or Dunze. I'm gonna go with a Dunze. I'm going with a Dunze. Sergio says, TD, good morning. Who would you start as a tight end? Schumacher, Andrews, likely, Jatavian Sanders? I'm going with Jatavian Sanders over Tucker Craft, Noah Gray, likely. I like likely. I like Andrews. I would say it's between Jatavian Sanders and Andrews, but I'm going with Jatavian Sanders. He's the only tight end there outside of Tommy Tremble, but he's a blocker. Jatavian Sanders is a pass receiving weapon. A receiving pass weapon, or however you want to say it. He's a weapon out there. He's a tall 6'6" guy that Bryce Young can see. So I like Jatavian this week for streaming. But Andrews going off of player studs, right? Andrews is the guy, and the only way you're gonna catch his booms, you just gotta play him. He's no longer the guy that's gonna get 10 targets and you just play Mark Andrews every single week. But he's the stud. So he's gonna be out there getting snaps. So I would say if you want to play your stud, it would be Andrews. If you want to stream with for matchups, it would be Jatavian Sanders. Conscious Machine says hit that like button. Victor says Amir Abdullah or Austin Eckler. Full PPR. I would go with Amir Abdullah slightly over Austin Eckler. And the only reason why I'm doing that because Brian Robinson is going to get all the goal line touches. I like Austin Eckler. If you play Austin Eckler, it's not a bad play. But I'm gonna go with Amir. If all those running backs are out, when are we gonna be able to play Amir and trust it? This is the only time that we can actually kind of trust him catching passes. Victor says, "Are you trusting Malik Banner or just throwing in Jennings or Watson in there? Malik Neighbors or just throwing in Jennings? I'm trusting Malik Neighbors over Watson and Jennings today." Martin Castillo says, "Start McConkey or Bucky Irvin." I'm starting Bucky Irvin. The reason why, oh man, this is very tough. So right now it says McConkey is questionable. That makes me a little bit nervous. He's not been practicing. Um, Bucky Irvin has a great matchup. The Giants is the worst run defense in the whole NFL. That's why I'm going with Bucky. McConkey got a great matchup against the Baltimore Ravens, but he's hurt, and Bucky's got the best, a great matchup too, and he's a running back. He's been playing well for the last 3 weeks where I think he's getting like a 60-40 snap percentage as far as running the ball over with Rashad White. I'm going to go with Bucky over McConkey. Catch took over says full PPR Dynasty League start two. Noah Fant, Charbonnet, Josh Palmer, Juju, Coker, or Wicks. I'm going with Coker. I'm going with Coker and Josh Palmer. I can't trust Charbonnet or Juju or Wicks. The only guy that I can trust is Josh Palmer, and McConkey got a little bit of an injury. So I'm gonna go with Coker and Josh Palmer. Coker and Josh Palmer. A Game Grizzo, what's up, bro? He said, "Yo, TD, good call on JS sent last week. Who you got this week out of Harrison Jr. and B Rob?" Yes, I will go with B Rob. The matchup is too gravy. I got to go with B Rob. Armin, he says, morning all, start two. Otten, Disley, or Debo? Otten and Debo. Debo is a good start this week, especially with Brock Purdy being out. They're going to do some manufactured targets, and Debo and CMC are manufactured target gurus. Jay Moore in the building. He says, how you feel about Giants pass catchers today with DeVito, Flex, and Neighbors have Ridley and MHJ at wide receiver? Yes, I like Neighbors. I'm starting Neighbors. He's going to get a lot of targets. He's going to get 10 to 15 targets today. I like Neighbors. Tommy DeVito knows that he has to get him the ball. That's the main thing. That's what Daniel Jones failed at. He was trying to spread the ball around to guys. I don't know what the hell he was doing it sometimes. Elisa says, good morning, TD. Standard Dallas or Disley. Standard. Dallas Goddard. Okay. Dallas Goddard or Will Disley. Let's go with Will Disley. Let's go with Will Disley. Ronaldo says Christian Watson or Jennings. I think with Brock Purdy being out, I'm gonna put Christian Watson in there with the same tier as Jennings now, and I'm actually gonna say Christian Watson now. But it's an upside play. Jennings is the safest guy, but he don't have any upside without Brock Purdy. His boom potential is gone. His safe potential is still there, where he can get 5 catches for 45 yards and give you 9 or 10 points. But Christian Watson can give you 8 or 9 points on one play. That's the way he plays. He don't have to have the same volume. So I'm gonna go with Christian Watson with Brock Purdy being out. Renato. Chris says, how you feel about Luke Schumacher as a tight end streamer? He was targeted 10 times in week 11. Yes, he was. I like him, especially in a rival game with Cooper Rush. Tight end is a man's best friend. Knowing that the starting tight end is out, I like him. And if he's the only guy that you looking to stream, I think he's a good streamer. But there's other guys out there that got better matchups. I like Jatavian Sanders a little bit more for a touchdown upside. I think Rico Dowdle and CeeDee Lamb are going to get the touchdowns for this team, but Schumacher could. Hustle Kings, what's up, bruh? Jay Moore said, what's a good waiver wire stats before week 13, including defense, have Benson already? I think Travis Etienne is a good waiver wire stash. I'm gonna give you one more. You already got Trey Benson. Mm, mm. Waiver wire stash. I like Jatavian Sanders, but I think I can do a little bit better than that. I think I can do a little bit better than that. I say Audric Estime. Audric Estime is a good stash off the waiver wires for week going into week 13. 80 says, I'm gonna make a prediction that you packing a purple headed one. Am I right? CA Jefferson said AR or Gino. I'm going with AR over Gino. Sergio says, TD, good morning. Who would you start as a tight end? Schumacher, Andrews, Likely, Jatavian Sanders, Tucker Craft, or Noah Gray? Jaden Daniels or Justin Herbert? Justin Herbert over Jaden Daniels. Justin Herbert over Jaden Daniels. And I will go with Jatavian Sanders over Schumacher, even though Schumacher is like old boy said earlier, he's getting 10 targets. But Jatavian Sanders to me got touchdown upside against the Kansas City Chiefs, who is the worst team against for tight ends and the slot wide receiver, which that's what Jatavian plays. Conscious says I can Dobbs rebound and he's been quiet. He might boom on my bench. That's facts. Facts. What's up, Black Banks? Yes, you should be putting Mike Evans in your lineup if you got room. But don't bench a guy with like don't bench JSN to get him in. And I use JSN because that's a good benchmark. I like JSN today. Let's see. Travis Looney says flex Pittman Worthy or Westbrook and Keena. I think that's Westbrook and Keena. I would probably flex Worthy. I would let's see. You see flex. Yeah, I would flex Worthy. Black Bank says Pearsall, Keenan Allen, Dobbs need to. Um, Keenan Allen and Dobbs, Black Banks. Keenan Allen and Dobbs. I don't like neither one of them, but those are the two best guys out of those three. Let's see. Jay Moore says, hopefully Robinson Jr. can score 2 touchdowns today. That would be lovely. I think he can. I'm making that bet today. Hustle King says, thinking about playing Kittle and Disley in the flex. There's nothing wrong with that. This is 6 teams on a bye week. You got to do what you got to do. Conscious Machines, I'm thinking Kittle with Otten in the flex. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Jay Moore says, Crystal Watson has a great schedule down the stretch. Facts. But Watson, Conscious says, but Watson is tempted. He may have found his groove. I think so too. Robert says, good luck to everybody. Playoff push. Let's get it. Great advice all year, TD. Keep it going, bro. Thank you, Robert. King of Nike says, I'm looking for Tyreek to have a great game. Cup and Puka lit Patriots secondary up last week. Facts. Conjure says, I played Browns D over the Packers before knowing Purdy was out. I got 9 from the Browns. Packers should get more than 9, but Shanahan may be ready. Facts. Martin Torres, he says flex wide receiver Josh Downs or Roshan. Josh Downs over Roshan. Terry says, what up, bruh? What's up? You cut your hair looking good, bruh. Thank you. I didn't cut it. I got a hairdo. She finally found the hairdo that I think that she can do it in a good amount of time and make it look neat. So I don't be work, man. You know, when I was young, guys, and I was in high school, I went to the haircut. I went to the barbershop like twice a week. My dad, we argued all the time because I couldn't go to school. I had to look good for the ladies, right? And I wouldn't go. A lot of times I would miss school, even when I had like my dad doing football season. He had to get me a haircut because I wasn't gonna go to school. Man, I got older, man, and I got out of that shit, man. Like, I had to go get money. I don't care. I know I'm gonna look decent, right? I'm gonna go if I'm going somewhere, I'm gonna look good, but I'm about that money, and you have to learn it as a man. If you don't come from a rich family, you got to learn like, hey, I gotta grind. So being that pretty boy and trying to keep up with the Joneses, and I'm the freshest guy, and I got on chains and all that. I had to let that shit go, and I started putting money in my pocket and saving for my future, for my son. So that's give y'all game on how I used to be. Um, got a super chat by Sports SPS. What's up, bro? He says, where do you see Daniel Jones going? Perhaps San Francisco. That's a good one. Yeah, man, I like San Francisco. Also, I heard about the Jets because they know they might bench Aaron Rodgers and then they might draft a young quarterback. Why not let Daniel Jones compete? And then if Daniel Jones don't continue to get better, bring in a younger quarterback that you draft next year. So I see the Jets. I see San Francisco. I see anywhere. He's a good quarterback to have on your roster. He won a playoff game. Hey, Black, stop it, man. I found that. Yeah, Mr. Anderson told me that when I said AR and you end up having AR that same week. I'm not telling you nothing no more. Cause you're gonna try to take my lineup, Black Banks. No sirree, buddy. You're just gonna have to find out when them games start at 1 o'clock. You'll be able to see who I'm gonna get. And Mark Anderson right now, man, that's why I was freezing up. He texted me trying to get me in that $50 league. Bruh, you can I ain't paying no $75 per week to get in no leagues, bruh. That's too much. You need to do the $50 one or do the $25 one. I'm not doing both. Let me see here. Right, Black. Um, Sports Dog says TD 100, 18 standard. I have Johnston and Jennings with one spot open on my wide receiver. I wish I could start both, but my flex has Connor, and in the standard, I think running backs is safer in my flex spot. Bro, you killing it. What to do? I would put Johnston in because he got more. He got standard upside. He can catch touchdowns. He's a great standard wide receiver. He's not a PPR guy. So I think Johnson is the play today. Going in for Monday, I would play Johnson. Yep. Lisa says, "Love your haircut." Thank you, Elisa. Joe Garcia says, "MHJ or Quentin." I'm going with that's tomato. I'm gonna go with Marvin Harrison Jr. That's tomato, man. Go with whatever one that got. You feel in your gut. My gut guy is Marvin Harrison Jr. because it's time for him to start breaking out. We in the third, going into the fourth quadrant. I think this week will be the fourth quadrant, if I'm not mistaken. Platypus says DJ Moore or Jawan Jennings. I'm going with. I'm gonna say DJ Moore, man. I just moved Jawan Jennings down. With I don't know. I can't trust Allen, so I'm gonna go with DJ Moore today. LA Real Gamer says I'm starting JSN over CD Lamb, Zay Flowers, and Calvin Ridley. I ain't mad at you, bro. You ain't gonna hear nothing from me. That's cutting edge, but I can't tell you to sit Calvin Ridley and CD Lamb for JSN. I can't do it. But I'm giving you perspective. I think he's a great start. I think he's a great start. I know sometimes you want, well, just tell me. You want me to say, well, sit Jamar Chase, JSN gonna ball this week. I can't do that. I'm not going there. I learned, I've been doing this for a while. But I think you're making a smart decision, man. I think you're going with your gut. You're going with the cutting edge content. Ted Dawg says, greetings. One spot left. Start Jennings or Josh Downs. I'm going with Josh Downs over Jennings. Conji says, TD, I just realized I am starting the exact team I drafted to start this year. The only difference is that someone dropped Watson weeks ago, and now I play Watson over Dobbs. Father 3 says, I knew you would say that. In my opinion, just go for the boom. Go hard or go home. Right. Facts. Bite Walker says, should I sit Hopkins for JMO? I listen, man. That's tough. Listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, guys. Do what you please. Do what your intuition tell you to do. I'm going with JMO. I like that boom, man. I'm willing to risk it. I know y'all might have like only a couple starting spots. I had like 9, 10 starting spots on the offensive side of the ball in my leagues. Most of my leagues, my dynasty leagues. So I can get a little bit risky. And sometimes I have to be careful with y'all telling y'all to get risky because if y'all lose, one guy score like 5 points, it could kill you because you only starting what? One quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers in the flex. Me, I'm starting two running backs, three wide receivers, a tight end, and like three or four flex spots. So with you, bruh, I don't know how your starting lineup works. I would try to get JMO in, but if you need safe, like if you only starting like 6 or 7 guys, D Hop is the safest guy. He's playing against Carolina. He's going to get 7 or 8 targets at least. So Terry says, "What's your thought sitting Smith over Golf?" Yeah, sitting Geno Smith over Golf is a good move. Golf is the guy, man. Listen, Geno is good. He's okay. He's not a bad player, but I would rather play Golf. He says, thinking about putting Laporta over Jennings as a flex. Nah, that's a little cute. That's a little cute. But Laporta ain't did good enough. You got to do that with like Taysom Hill or somebody like that. You can't. I wouldn't do it with Laporta. He hasn't played good enough. Bye week's killing me this week. I have a hunch about Laporta this week. That's listen, and I respect that. I think Laporta could have a good week, but the starting sit, the dilemma that we in right now before the game start, I think it's getting a little cute, but I don't think it's a crazy decision. It's fantasy. Anybody can score, right? Laporta is starting. Dixon says, TD putting in that work. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. Conjure says, hit the like button. Let's get those likes up to 100. Dixon Martin said, my dad had me at 49. Wow. So Dixon, let me ask you this. Did you grow up different because your dad was such an older guy? Like, was he so like older where he couldn't understand you growing up as a kid? That's how my dad was. Man, my dad, I hate to even say this on my dad is passed, so I can say it now. Man, my dad, we got the arguing so bad, man. And I cussed him because he was caught. Man, my dad would cuss me bad, man. He would talk to me like I was any other guy. He like, man, you stupid, this. And I said, man, F you. You ain't gonna sit around and talk to me like that. Man, he pulled out a knife and put that bad boy to my throat. I called my cousin. I said, hey, I was like, cuz dad pops up here tripping. I said, hey, get that knife away from my throat. My cousin was like, hey, man, get off that phone and get up here. Hurry up, man. Your dad'll kill you, boy. So that's a crazy story that we all laugh at right now. But yeah, my dad, man, my dad was crazy. He didn't play. He loved me. He wasn't. I don't think he necessarily was gonna hurt me, but he was trying to let me know that he ain't gonna be disrespected. Um, Ronald says, TD, the local legend, Trey Benson or Roshan Johnson for upside. I will go with Trey Benson for the matchup. I think Trey's been playing well with Connor. They got a little roll. Connor's gonna get the honey touches, but Trey can catch a pass and take it to the house for 60. So I would say Trey for the upside, bro. Travis Looney says, "What up, bro? What's up?" Jeff Jack says, "Eckler or Jennings?" I'm going with. That's tough, man. That's tough. I guess I'm gonna go with Jennings. I don't feel great about it, Jeff. But I'm gonna go with Jennings in this instance. Brian Robinson, man, gonna have 2 rushing touchdowns. For Eckler coming in and catch a touchdown, he could, but I don't want to bet on that. I would go with Jennings having a safer floor. LA Real Gamer says, "Are you sitting neighbors? He's playing through a growing injury." I don't think I'm starting him, bro. If you got him on your team, I'm starting him. Unless you got a bunch of really great wide receivers. Jay Moore said, "Would you start QJ over Ridley with or without Lad?" I would probably start. I'm starting Ridley over QJ, even if Ladd is out. I'm starting Ridley. Ridley, man, is the number 1 wide receiver. He's the only thing that they got on as far as a pass catching weapon. Black Bank says, should we be putting up Mike Evans in our lineup? Yes, as long as you got room, as long as you're not sitting a stud. Jaden says, would you trade Cup for Nico? Yes, I would. Yes, I would do that. I would try to acquire Nico on my team. Jay Moore says, any thoughts on Pittman moving forward? Yes, man. He's part of AR. I mean, you got to start him. He's volatile, but if you need to start him, it's okay. But he's a flex play. Seven says 4-point passing touchdowns. Kyler Murray or Mahomes. I'm gonna go with Mahomes slightly off the hair off of my chinny chin chin over Kyler Murray when he's playing against the Carolina Panthers. You could go with Kyler Murray, but I'm going with Mahomes. The matchup is really great. CHB in the building, guys. That he is a champ, and he was a champion in one of my leagues last year, and he's still number one. So hopefully, I can knock him off and try to win that league this year. Good shit, bro. But he said, should I sit Debo Samuel since Purdy is out? It just depends on who you got. I think Debo is a good start since Purdy is out, but it just depends on who else you got to try to put in. Jimmy says defense can't keep Titans, Westbrook, and Keenan out of the end zone. Hey, that's what it look. That's what the facts say. Dixon says May or Sam. I'm going with Sam Darnold. Woo! That matchup is tough though, man. The matchup is tough against the Bears. So is May's matchup. I'm gonna go with Sam Darnold slightly. I'm going with Sam Darnold slightly. Jay Moore said, would you drop Roshan Johnson for Brooks? No, I think both of them are the same guys, but it's all about injuries. So who would you rather have if an injury happened to Swift or if an injury happened to Chuba? Who would you rather have? That's how you look at it. Because neither one of those guys to me is going to get enough of a run with the starters being there. Maybe Roshan might got a little better of a play than Brooks with the starters still being there. Kale says, how you feel about Michael Wilson? I think just another guy. I think you can find another player that's a little bit better than him today. Vib says, morning, everyone. Wishing all a happy, blessed Sunday. Let's get some dubs. Black Bank says, Hopkins, Reed, Flowers, or Evans. Who do I bench? I would bench Reed and play Evans and Hop and Flowers. Rainy Angel says, my opponent has some players on buy in a money league, and I'm not going to say anything. Right. Don't say, I wouldn't say nothing. It's money on the line. I can see really having a nice bounce back game today. Yes, I agree with that. Terry Crowder says, smart man. Thank you, bro. I try. A lot of people don't think I'm smart. Um, but I try to be. Black Bank says, what is your fan duel looking like? Kale says Quentin Johnson or Rome Badunze. I'm going with Quentin Johnson. Black says he's tripping. He is. No, Vanessa, I didn't see your super chat. Let me look for it. I'm sorry about that, Vanessa. I did not see it. Let me look. I don't think you super chatted, Vanessa. Let me hold on. Let me hit all. Sometimes all messages. All right. Let me see now. I might have missed it, Vanessa. I will. Guys, let me know. Anybody that's in the chat, let me know. Do you see the super chat? I don't see it. I don't see it, Vanessa. No, I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Guys, anybody in the chat, if you see Vanessa super chat, let me know. I don't see it. I just want to make sure like YouTube ain't acting weird. Um Jay Moore says, who can be a league winner quarterback like Flacco last year? AR. AR. I know that's ironic, but AR. Jay Moore says, who you like more today, MHJ or JSN? That's a great question. I'm gonna go with JSN. I'm gonna go with JSN. KL says Jennings or JMO. I'm going with JMO. J Rod says start one, JMO Cup or McLaurin. I'm gonna go with JMO's over Cup, but Cup is a start. But what I'm trying to tell you, I like JMO, but I'm never sitting Cup. So I'm not gonna. I just want to give context. Like JMO, far as me being cutting edge and making him and putting him in my lineup, I want to do that this week. As you can see, is obvious. But you can't sit Cup. I'm not gonna name. If you want to sit Cup, that's on you. But you should never sit Cup. Cup should never be on the bench. And no, I don't care if you're in a 5-team league. You can't sit Cup. I don't care who he playing. I don't care if he's playing against Deion Sanders. You can't sit Cup. So, but I do love JMO. JMO got a smash. I think he's the big play guy. I think he's gonna have some big plays today against this coach defense. He says gross kicker question. Washington kicker or Dallas? I'm always gonna go with Arbery, man. Arbery like that. Rain Angel says Hubbard will be up against a brick wall for Kansas City defense. Facts. But I think it's gonna be. I like Hubbard. I think he can get a fall in touchdown today. I really do. I could be wrong. I like Hubbard. KJ says Tyrone Tracy, Mike Evans, neighbors, guillotine league. I'm going with Tyrone Tracy. Big Will says Zay Flowers versus the Chargers or JMO versus the Colts. I'm going with JMO versus the Colts. T. Jones says accidentally left Tillman in. I did in one of my leagues too. And when I was toying with my lineup Thursday evening, now I'm forced to bench one of these guys, Sutton, Ladd, or Hunt. I would say Ladd. I would say Ladd, because he's injured. We don't know what's going to be going on Monday. I'm pretty sure he's going to play, but we don't know. But I think Hunt, you got to play Hunt against Carolina. And Sutton has a lot of upside going against the Las Vegas Raiders. So I would say Ladd because of the injury. Terry says, appreciate you, bro. But yeah, you probably getting too cute. Laporta was my only flex option to maybe get little extra points. I got Bowers as my tight end one. I don't ever sit him unless he's out. But yeah, Jennings in. Right. Um, right. But I get it. It's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to get cute sometimes in context. Chris Cofield says, what up, TD? I don't know. I think Hubbard gonna eat. I do too. I think he's gonna have a good game. They defense been slacking off, and Hubbard smooth. Remind me of Aaron Foster, right, man? He looks good. Him and JSN, and I like them. Even a lot of people don't. A lot of people are not high on these guys this week, but I am. I like JSN and Chuba and JMO. Big Will says I never had a dad growing up. I had beef with my stepdad at a young age, and we always bumped heads because he wasn't ish. Facts. I know how that feeling. My mom dated a lot of guys. My mom would be like, "Hey, baby, I got a new friend. I want you to meet." He's standing right there. I won't even look at him. I'm like, bro, no, until you be here for about 6 months and I'll meet you. I'm not sitting here meeting new guys. And I'm not saying my mom was being, meeting a bunch of guys, but she would have friends. And as a kid, man, you just don't want to see nobody new, right? Outside of my real father. The rest of these guys, y'all ain't shit. Now, my mom had some really good guys, man, that I was cool with. Because they knew, like, okay, I'm gonna give him his space. And then I kind of warmed up to them, and they was good guys, man, and they helped me out, helped my mom out and stuff. So I understand the stepfather stuff. But he says, woke up to a shotgun laying next to me the next day. Wow. Wow. Yeah, man, it can get like that, bro. Seven says, thanks. Anytime, bro. These are facts says, I think Hubbard has reached a level where he is a must start running back every single week, no matter who he's up against. These are facts. Pun intended. These are facts. Yes, sir, bro. Agree with you. KJ says Tracy Evans Neighbors Guillotine League. I think I did that one already. I'm going with Tracy. Terry Crowder says I picked up Brooke just in case, just holding on to him. I don't wish an injury. There you go. I like how you, yes, upon anyone, but just in case it happens late to the playoffs, he could help. Facts. I like the context. Guys, I'm really specific when it comes to the context. I could say one thing, but if you give me another context with it, I understand. If you holding on to a guy because you for an injury, then I'm like, I get it. But if you say, hey, if Brooks gonna be any good, no, it's two different things. Jay Moore says, which games are you most excited to see today? That's a great question, bruh. I would probably say the Giants game. I'm very excited to see the Giants play and the Colts and Detroit Lions. I want to see what AR are going to do. Jay Moore says, do you like blocking players from other league mates? Yes, especially when it gets to playoff time. You know, guys that I'm going to be going up against. Yes, I do try to block sometimes. Trey Ritchie says, crucial week for me this week. Who in half PPR for my flex? Jay Downs, Bucky Irvin. I'm going with Bucky Irvin. Half point PPR. T Jones says Tua, A Rich. Man, that's a great one, but I'm going with Tua. Tua, the matchup is gravy. I love A Rich. Now listen, you could go with either one. But between those two guys, I'm going with Tua. T Jones says Sutton or Hubbard. PPR, I'm going with Hubbard. I'm going with the running back. A Brody says, which side do you want rest of the season? Aaron Jones, Nico, or Kyron or Jennings? Kyron. No, wait a minute. It depends on what you need. So the two players that matter is Nico and Kyron. Do you need a running back? Go with the Kyron. If you need a wide receiver, go with the Nico. It's what you need. Which one do you need? You need Kyron or Nico? Nico. Nico, right, Dr. Shrimp. Right. If you need Nico, go with Nico. If you need a running back, go with Kyron. Jay what's a tough decision, but should I drop Slick Rick for Benson? Who is Slick Rick? I don't know who Slick Rick. Ricky Pearsall? I think that's Ricky Pearsall. Yes, at this point in time with Brock Purdy. You can go back and pick him up later, probably. But yes, you do need to pick up Benson. Nothing better than blocking people. Got to do everything you can. Facts. Kale says Cam Akers or Chuba Hubbard. I'm going with Chuba Hubbard. Dr. Shrimp says Kyron or Tracy. I'm going with Kyron. You got to. I'm going to always respect Kyron. He ain't. I know he isn't playing as good as he did in the beginning of the season. I think it's just because of game script. Sometimes teams are going to take away your running back. You have to pass it. So each week is a different chess match. I think Kyron is always a must start. Just like Chuba, I think Chuba's a must start. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm gonna get out of here. I thank you everybody for tuning in. I love chopping up with you guys. Y'all got a great perspective. Y'all help me learn. Hopefully, I help y'all out. And I'm gonna see y'all later. Let's get these lineups. Let's go. Peace.